What's up, guys? Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we're back at it to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer your question. If you want your question answered, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is what Machine God did. What do you think will be the future of 40K? 50K.
41K.
Aren't we already in the 41st millennium?
Yeah. Because like the 1800s were actually,
The 19th?
Right. 20th century.
20th Century Fox. Anyways, 50K is going to be bumping. I'm pretty sure that the Chaos Gods are going to get stronger because they already did. They split the galaxy basically in half. Eldar are going to be dying, but not dead yet.
Which they've been for the past thousands of years.
Orcs are going to evolve with the Tyranids to become this supreme predator called the Torque. And it's going to devastate the Imperium. That's going to be more dangerous than the Chaos. And yeah, those are my predictions.
Yeah, I feel like the Tau will finally become that superpower that they need to be. With the use of technology. Not psychic powers, not warp stuff, not praising to chaos, but technology. And that's something that not everything has been following that route, so it'll be a pretty interesting avenue to explore. Apart from that, humanity, I feel like they will be almost dead. The Emperor will die, and he's going to stay dead, and then, even though he's a perpetual, they'll find a way to keep him dead. Maybe they'll imprison him or something like that. And so because of this, humanity's going to be torn apart, fighting amongst themselves. And that's when chaos is on the rise.
Yep.
So that's what I think. But if you guys want to know some more stuff like that, hit us up on our 40 Facts on Warhammer 50K and 60K, which talks about fan fiction stuff that, precedes, 40K. So check that out.
Yep. And then if you have your own theories, comment down below. We read that stuff and we really like to hear.
I actually want to know your guys' opinion on what's going to happen with the Imperial Guard.
Yep.
So next question. This one is by Dragon Punch 903. He asks, Thanksgiving is almost here. What's your favorite dish? Man, I can't pick one, man.
I know. I'd say mashed potatoes. I really like mashed potatoes. I like potatoes, but I like mashed potatoes more than any other potato.
Do you do them with gravy or just potatoes, or do you want them with like a la mode with everything on there?
No, just potatoes. So what I do is I get I think they're called Oregon yellow potatoes, and then you smash them together with some butter and heavy cream. That's the key. Heavy cream. So the heavy cream and the butter have to be heated up first. So you take the mashed potatoes from, boiling them, or the potatoes from boiling them. You don't take the skin off because the skin is delicious. And then you add the heavy cream and the butter that you've already heated up on a pan. That's the trick. You can't add heavy cream from the fridge because that's going to make sour mashed potatoes. Or at least not good mashed potatoes.
That makes me water with all juices of flavor. But anyway, I was going to say something like ham, turkey, but one dish that I really look forward to that I know a lot of you guys probably won't be like, what the fuck, what? Is Brussels sprouts. I very rarely eat Brussels sprouts, but when I do, they are on fire. So what we do is we get some Brussels sprouts, we get some cheese dip, we dip them in there, and they are just really, really good.
They're on point?
They're on point.
I've never had Brussels sprouts. Are the Brussels sprouts the little ones or the long ones?
They're little green cabbage balls.
Okay,
basically what they look like.
The long ones are
asparagus,
right? Okay.
Which is all right too, but Brussels all the way.
The asparagus makes your pee hurt, right? Something like that. Next question comes from Morton Sando.
Morton.
If terraforming exists, how does the different races do it?
Terraforming?
Yeah. So humans terraform by sending bombs and just like opening up the earth and trying to like disrupt the tectonic thing of the world. But it's a process that's not really done now in the current age, which is what the Imperial age. back in the Golden Age, that's when terraforming was big, and they had more technology, which has been lost. So,
how the Tau do it is they do it in basically globes. So they basically get like a small portion of land, sea, whatever it is that they want to terraform, and they encase it, and then they send these massive machines that just start pumping out basically the atmosphere of the Tau planets where they can inhabit, and then you terraform it slowly. Eventually you move that little globe bigger, 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 and it all comes to one massive globe.
Yep.
Globes, that's what it's about, guys.
And the Eldar don't do it anymore because the Eldar are just struggling to get by.
They got craft worlds. They don't need a terraform.
Yep. Next question.
Macias Kims. What happens to Blood Angels serving the Death Watch when they are afflicted by the Black Rage?
Same thing.
They get chained up until they're let loose.
Yep. The apothecaries or chaplains, I think it's chaplains of the Death Watch, they have a special name, but they're trained with the knowledge of all the genetic flaws.
Mm-hmm. So if they find out that one of these Black Rage, Death Company guys is too crazy, they'll just kill him.
Yeah.
Because they work in too small of a tight-knit group to have this wild card running around, so...
Yeah. Next question comes from Lucid Dreamer. In what way do you think the Alpha Legion has influenced 40K Universe up until 8th edition? Facts and theories. So, we did a 40 facts on this topic. The Alpha Legion has infiltrated Terra. There are a lot of Alpha Legion, what are they called? Spies,
yeah,
I guess?
Spies, sleeper agents.
Sleeper agents that exist within the Sol system. So that if ever there's another heresy, if there's ever a fight on Terra, the Alpha Legion can call upon them. And I don't really know if the Alpha Legion is as chaotic as most people believe.
I still want them to be the good guys. Good guys in disguise.
Me too.
Next question. All Might. In what type of planet do orcs thrive in? I know orcs can live practically anywhere, but what environment would be best for them? Jungles, deserts, mining worlds? Answer me, Gershwin Senpai. Answer me.
So the best place for them to actually exist is civilized worlds that have a combination of like barren deserts or like forests. Armageddon is the perfect example because Armageddon is like extremely civilized except for the middle,
which is like an equator of like dense jungles with like
that.
Massive creatures and shit.
That's where the orcs hide, and then they come out and they battle. Orcs will never be destroyed from Armageddon unless they just completely get rid of Armageddon. Because no matter how many orcs you kill, more will take their place.
Yeah, spores.
They're like Hydra, but better. Next question comes from Ulis Juan Kenobi. Which chapter of Space Marine, in your opinion, would be most terrifying to come up against on the battlefield? Me personally, I think the Carcharodons. Keep up the good work, or the good content. Thank you. What about you?
If we're talking about Space Marines in general, definitely the Night Lords. Because they wear like bones and shit on their armor.
And their whole thing is terror, so they would scare you before...
You scare them.
Yeah, sure. And then I would say... I'll keep it loyalist, and I would say the Black Dragons. Because they have like horns and they got spikes and shit, so they don't even look like humans.
Well, they look like humans, but with like horns and spikes and shit.
Well, no, they're so they have to alter their.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Their thing. Next question.
Sindrian Nevermore. Do Imperial Guard have any form of Titans besides the Baneblade? And is it canon? Like Imperial Guard regiments? Like, yeah, they got like Titans and stuff that they can call upon, but they have to like phone the Adeptus Mechanicus first. But do the Imperial Guards themselves have any?
No, so the Imperial Guard is actually divided purposefully so that there isn't enough, or that one regiment doesn't have that much power. It's just like the military nowadays, where like the Army is separate from the Air Force. The Air Force is separate than the Marines. the Imperial Guard is separate from the Titan. What is it? The
Titanicus?
Yeah, but it has a name. Something Titanicus. So it's separate so that, you know, they can't coordinate with each other and try to overthrow a governor or whatever. So I guess they don't have Titans, but they do have Titans. Because the Imperial has Titans.
They can get it because they got it in a different way.
Exactly. Next question.
Mechanicus TV. Which of the new codices do you guys think are the best and which are the worst? And how do you think GW is going to bring the Lion into 40k?
So the worst codex is my codex, the Adeptus Mechanicus one. It's not really impressive.
The only thing that really kind of stood out to me were like how they incorporated different Forge Worlds and rules, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
The best? Tyrannid seemed pretty beastly.
Yeah, so far, yeah. I mean, we've only had like a day.
Yeah. As of this recording, the codex came out a day ago, but yeah.
Space Marines, I think, like they're so versatile.
Yeah.
They have their chapter tactics. They have just everything that you would ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say Space Marines are probably the best.
Mm-hmm. And how will the Lion be brought into 40k?
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know.
Hopefully it's soon though.
Maybe the Lion comes in a massive ship, invading Terra, finding out that it's actually Cypher in disguise. I don't know. Something like that.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Next question comes from 1975 Steelers fan. Are there any Primaris Marines of the Traitor Legions? Not yet, but soon.
Yeah, there's been little inklings of rumors here and there of them being captured. Fabius Bile experimenting on them, so it's coming pretty soon, one way or another, but yeah.
Next question.
This one is by the homie, the Crafty Crayfish. If there's two guys, then wouldn't that technically make this channel Two Mind Syndicate?
No, we've answered this before. We share one mind. In the warp, we are one. Next question comes from Buckhood.
Buckhood.
This is going to be the last question, and he asks, Space Marines are picked around 16. Do they have sex, or is that taken away? Sex with a super soldier would be an Eldar level. Elder level?
Eldar level? Because Eldars are all about orgies.
Ah, so that's a Dark Eldar level. So no, they do not. They don't have that desire to anymore. All they think about is war, preparation for war, and things like that.
For the Emperor.
But if you're 16, you probably already hit something.
Whether it's your couch or something.
whether it's a cantaloupe,
a donut,
a pie.
What's that one thing called?
A human?
Yeah, those things.
A woman.
Oh, there you go. Even better. But yeah, it depends. I mean, if you're a child and you're raised in like Fenris, then yeah, you're struggling to survive, and Vikings and that whole kind of lore they see as like having women and all this stuff. So at 16, you're pretty much a man, so probably it'll happen. Yeah,
because you got to think about it. Most cultures in Warhammer 40k are feudal societies, so they mimic the Dark Ages of our time. And during our time, I mean, people died at 20, right? That was the average. So as soon as a guy started getting hair,
as soon as you can get it up, you can get it in.
Yeah. So at 16, I'm pretty sure you're good.
Yeah.
You've had a good 5 years in already.
But yeah.
Those are the questions.
It's a good way of ending it. Yeah, if you guys want more questions, send it to us. We'll answer them in the future Greater Walls. Make sure if you do ask your questions, you're answering them in the latest and greatest for the Greater Walls. Because if you answer them from like 3 weeks back, we don't, new stuff. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Gersh 1.
Sound Alchemist, out of here.